I believe childhood shapes the way we view the world. And only because we are very frail at that age, that doesn't mean that the knowledge we gather isn't true. And that goes with marriage too. I'm against it. And I think that people should live alone. And part of that is the fact that my parents have divorced, and they have had a very tumultuous relationship, although there were some good moments here and there that I'm very fond of. Also, being raised by my dad from 8 until 15, I was able to witness the way my grandparents coexisted, and that wasn't fun either. Of course, sometimes they got along pretty well, but mostly it was a very tense relationship with my grandma constantly complaining that she has suffered during her whole life because she wanted her kids to have a father, which is why she hasn't decided to leave my grandpa. But when I got older, I understood that she also was a flawed individual, even more than my grandpa, whom I loved very much. So I witnessed all of this, but as a young boy I wanted to get married. I never took the decision to live alone. But I decided to remain single when I was about 23. And I realized that I'm better on my own. Of course, a woman can inspire you and stimulate you. And ideally you should live with a partner, but the truth is that true love is very rare. I've only experienced this once, when actually I wanted to get married, and I should have, because I haven't found. Sorry. I don't know what gotten into me. Oh fuck. And yeah, I wasn't able to have a very deep connection with someone since, because I'm an introvert. But because as time goes by, you get smarter, and you realize that you're better on your own. And I believe that at the end of the day, marriage is a social contract, and that love shouldn't be that much involved. And that's what it was at the beginning. It is a way to create an alliance and fortify the status of the individuals involved, and also to facilitate the upbringing of children. It wasn't about passion, because those are fleeting and love fades away. You need actually to make a decision to stay with the loved one until death separates you, which can also be a toxic lifetime prison sentence, but also a way to provide more stability in your life, because there is some comfort when you think that someone will stand by you in good and bad, which is very rare, but some couples have a very deep bond, and their connection is beyond pure sexuality. Yeah, and I believe that you need to get rid of that sort of illusion that someone will come along and will fix you. It's not. I realized that if you want to live permanently with a partner, you need to think of it practically, the way you decide that you need a job and you have to get up in the morning and show up even when you don't want to. Although when it comes to marriage, a lot of times the pain might not be worth it. And it really strikes me why most of the society are so advocating for it, because most of the families that I know have a fucked up way of interacting, and that's very noticeable when you live in a village and you are liable to hear whenever people argue, bicker, even fight, and you can enjoy their heated conversation, because there is a lot of humor to it, although there is a sad and sometimes tragic aspect of it. But that's available. That's true with everything in this existence. If you think of it, you can find the opposite side of each coin. And sadness can and should be turned to laughter in order to facilitate our survival. And yeah, it's I think it's an obsolete institution, marriage. Although I cannot invent a better way to raise children. I have to grant it this this point 40, because some suggest that we should raise children in a group. I don't know if that's the case, although in the past there were some tribes who were doing it. I don't know. Perhaps it's just a question of conditioning, like everything else in this life, a product of our culture, out of which thinking boxes we are led to believe that we cannot find a pattern, a way out. So it's outdated if you are only thinking of it as a means to survive, because at the beginning of our civilization we had to face a lot of physical dangers, and so it was good to cooperate, to have an exchange of energies, and to boost one's own potential. But currently we no longer need it. However, this depends on each individual. It might suit you if you are one of those who cannot bear the loneliness, and you need at all costs someone to talk to. If you cannot spend time with yourself, and you need someone to turn your attention away from your inner dialogue, then marriage is for you, because we can live without it if you can have sex. Yeah, I think that's it. If I lived in a society in which it would be impossible to have intercourse without getting married, then I would have chosen to bear the shackles, the shackles of marriage, but I don't. So luckily I can live by myself, and kind of figure out a way. But I reckon that I wouldn't be able to make it if I had to suffer the pain of being deprived of love on a physical level, because our bodies have some desires too, and especially when we are young, we are very powerful, and we can go through a lot of pain. So it's better to get married if you feel like that for you. I'm not that kind of person, although as I said, almost got married once. And I arrived to a conclusion that maybe I should have done it, and that you should enter it when you are young and lack experience, because once you get older, you become smarter and disillusioned. It doesn't mean that nothing can rekindle that flame that's buried deep within you. No, far from it. But there is a certain element of cynicism that paves its way into your system of beliefs, and you are no longer romanticizing the ideal hour, because at the end of the day it's an illusion, and no one will make you happier except you. And we are influenced by this residue of an idealized time of this misty, I would say, possibility that we can find heaven on earth, which is not true, and we risk to suffer all our life and be disillusioned again and again. Of course, the perfect communion is, and life is, if you find a good partner. But that's extremely rare, and in a lot of cases you just have to compromise in order to have sex on a regular basis, and some emotional support, and don't deny it. Woman can uplift you if you live up to the abstract image that they invent about you, to the heroic image, prototype, I would say. And you better not disappoint her, because she might start considering you a bum and worth nothing, even though she thought extremely highly of you a couple of minutes before. And but these are different topic ideas, and yeah, I think that I will conclude this rant here, and let me know what you think in the comments.